Chosen one, yes, I am speaking directly to you. Last night, while the world around you was lost in sleep, while people dreamed unaware of the forces at work, something extraordinary unfolded, something so profound that even the archangels themselves paused in astonishment. Events beyond your comprehension shifted, prayers you whispered in secret were answered in ways you cannot yet grasp, and divine protection surrounded you like an invisible fortress, shielding you from trials you didn't even know existed. And here is the truth that most will never understand. You don't even know what happened, yet your life is being elevated, your destiny carefully orchestrated, and your path cleared in ways that only the unseen can witness. This is the reality of Allah's chosen ones, a reality that operates in layers beyond human perception, where every hardship, every quiet act of faith, and every moment of patience is not meaningless, but a divine tool of elevation, preparation, and revelation. Today, I am going to take you through 7 powerful lessons that every chosen soul must understand. Lessons that will open your eyes to the hidden forces at work, reveal how your faith is shaping realities beyond your sight, and show you why the universe itself bends to the will of Allah when it comes to His chosen servants. What happened last night is just one proof that your life is extraordinary, your purpose is unmatched, and your unseen power is far greater than anything the world could ever imagine. Sit with this truth, internalize it, and prepare to awaken to the reality of who you truly are. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth your heart can bear. The night is never merely darkness. It is the sacred canvas upon which your soul's strength is revealed in ways the world cannot see. And last night was yet another proof of this eternal principle. While eyes were closed, bodies were at rest, and the world slept in ignorance. Unseen forces were at work around you, documenting every whisper of your heart, every silent plea, every tear that fell in humility, and every act of devotion that you performed in secrecy. Archangels paused in astonishment, not because of something flashy or worldly, but because of the quiet magnitude of your faith, the resilience of your heart, and the unwavering commitment to Allah that does not need recognition from men. Each prayer you whispered, each moment you chose patience over despair, and each act of restraint over indulgence was a signal to the heavens, a ripple in creation, a proof that the chosen are never dormant even when the world believes they are powerless. This night, like countless nights before it, carried a divine witness to your unseen victories, to the battles won silently in the inner realm of the heart, and to the divine orchestration that shields, elevates, and prepares you for what the visible world cannot yet comprehend. The darkness of the night is your ally, chosen one. It is where your power is recognized not by human eyes but by the eyes of the unseen, where your faith echoes in the heavens, and where the foundations of your destiny are strengthened quietly but immovably. While you may awaken unaware of the cosmic movements that occurred in your favor, every moment was a testament to your chosenness, a sign that you are being watched, guided, and elevated in ways that will only reveal themselves when the timing is perfect, and that your power, even when hidden, is unstoppable, undeniable, and eternal. Chosen one, hear this and let it resonate in the deepest chambers of your soul. Every hardship you have faced, every betrayal that pierced your heart, every disappointment that seemed unbearable, every moment when the world turned its back on you was never meant to crush you, but to lift you in ways the world cannot measure or comprehend. These trials are secret elevators designed by Allah Himself to elevate your soul, refine your character, and prepare you for the destiny that only the chosen are destined to fulfill. While others see suffering as punishment, know that for you, it is a divine instrument, a sacred mechanism through which your spirit is strengthened, your vision clarified, and your faith amplified beyond the ordinary. Last night, while the world was asleep and unaware, the unseen realms observed your endurance, recorded your patience, and marveled at how you withstood forces that would have overwhelmed ordinary hearts. Because trials for the chosen do not break, they build, they sharpen, they expand the capacity of your soul to receive what the universe has reserved only for you. Every act of perseverance, every tear shed in private, every moment when you chose trust over despair was an invisible step upward, lifting you closer to a vantage point where clarity, power, and divine favor converge. The archangels themselves witnessed the subtle movements of your spirit in ways beyond human understanding, noting how each trial strategically positioned you, prepared you, and protected you from paths that were not meant for you, while simultaneously opening doors that only your future self will understand. Know this, chosen one. The struggles you thought were setbacks were in reality secret elevators, silently carrying you toward greatness, toward fulfillment, toward the divine purpose that only the eyes of Allah and the unseen realms could foresee. And in this truth lies a peace and strength so profound that even when the world doubts, even when fear rises, your soul remains untouchable, unstoppable, and eternally destined for what no one else can imagine. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The dua you whisper in the quiet of your heart, the tears you shed in solitude, the words you lift to Allah, in sincerity and humility, they are not lost, forgotten, or unnoticed. They are forces of divine magnitude that reverberate through realms seen and unseen, shaking the very foundations of creation in ways that even the archangels pause to witness. Last night, while the world slumbered and no human eye perceived the movements of the unseen, your sincere prayers, your private cries for guidance, and your steadfast hope reached heights that altered destinies, redirected paths, and invoked protection and blessings that you may never fully comprehend in this lifetime. Your dua is not merely a request, it is an act of cosmic influence, a spiritual earthquake whose tremors are felt far beyond what the human mind can imagine. And it is through this sacred connection that Allah demonstrates that the chosen are never powerless, never ignored, and never alone. Every time your heart turns to Allah with sincerity, the heavens respond. Every time your tongue utters words of submission and your soul aligns with divine will, unseen forces mobilize on your behalf, opening doors, removing obstacles, and weaving outcomes that align perfectly with your destined purpose. The archangels, in their vigilance, observe the potency of your devotion, the weight of your sincerity, and the depth of your reliance on Allah, astonished at how such a human vessel can wield spiritual influence of such magnitude without even realizing it. Your dua transforms what seems impossible into the inevitable, what appears distant into the immediate, and what looks hidden into manifest blessings. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of your whispered prayers. They are the instruments through which the unseen battles are won, destinies are shifted, and divine favor flows abundantly, confirming that even when the world doubts your significance, the heavens recognize your authority, the unseen responds to your devotion, and your faith alone is capable of shaking entire realms, shaping realities, and ensuring that the purpose Allah designed uniquely for you cannot be delayed, derailed, or denied. Chosen one, open your heart and mind to this profound reality, for it is a truth that the world cannot comprehend and the ordinary soul cannot grasp. Protection always comes before understanding, and this is a principle reserved for those whom Allah has chosen, those whose destinies are too sacred to be exposed to danger before the soul, the heart, and the faith are fully prepared. Many times, you have woken in confusion, asking why events unfolded in ways that seemed unfair, why relationships fractured, why doors that you prayed to open remained closed, or why trials appeared in forms that you could not recognize or navigate. Yet, hidden behind these moments of perplexity, there was divine orchestration in motion, a shield, invisible and precise, safeguarding you from outcomes that would have hindered your spiritual elevation, delayed your purpose, or weakened the integrity of your faith. Last night, like countless nights before it, unseen forces moved in alignment with Allah's wisdom. The very circumstances you do not recall, the events you are unaware of, the subtle movements of people and situations around you, all of it was protection, carefully constructed to ensure that you remained on the path that Allah had meticulously designed for you. Archangels themselves bore witness to the elegance of this divine protection, observing how the chosen are guarded not with obvious force, but through mechanisms that the human eye cannot detect, barriers that appear as obstacles, detours that feel frustrating but preserve the soul, moments of delay that seem unfair but ensure readiness, and people who turn away when their presence would disrupt the sacred trajectory of your life. You may ask, why am I left in uncertainty? Why do I not understand the reason behind these events? And the answer, chosen one, is that comprehension without preparation can be destructive. The wisdom of Allah is precise, and He knows exactly when your heart and mind are ready to receive clarity. This is why protection precedes understanding, because the chosen are entrusted with missions, destinies, and responsibilities that ordinary perception cannot bear. And if the soul were exposed to the full weight of reality too soon, it could falter, it could break, and the divine purpose could be delayed. Know that every twist of fate, every moment that puzzles or frightens you, is not a sign of abandonment or neglect. It is evidence of the meticulous, loving, and strategic guardianship that Allah maintains over those He has chosen. Every delay, every closed door, every silent intervention, and every unexpected turn is a mechanism of protection, a divine arrangement that ensures you remain intact, aligned, and ready to receive the blessings, victories, and revelations that lie ahead. Even when fear rises, even when confusion clouds your mind, even when the world seems unjust, understand that these very moments are sacred shields designed to protect your soul, to cultivate patience, and to deepen your reliance upon Allah. Your life is not a series of random events, chosen one. It is a symphony of divine orchestration, where each note, each pause, and each silence is carefully crafted to secure you for the destiny only you can fulfill. And when the time comes for understanding, when the veil lifts and clarity arrives, you will look back and realize that every trial, every moment of uncertainty, every hidden intervention, and every unseen safeguard was not only a proof of divine wisdom, but also a testament to your chosenness, your value, and your irreplaceable role in the unfolding plan of Allah. Let this truth anchor you in patience, strengthen your faith in the unseen, and remind you that the chosen are never abandoned, never exposed to what they are unprepared for, and always held within the perfect, infinite protection of Allah, whose vision sees far beyond human perception, whose care shields what is precious, and whose timing ensures that every lesson, every victory, and every blessing arrives at precisely the right moment, in precisely the right way, and for the sacred purpose that only you were created to fulfill. Chosen one, open your heart and soul to the profound truth that your life, your presence, your words, your actions, and even your silence carry a magnitude of influence far beyond what your eyes can see, far beyond what human comprehension can measure, and far beyond the recognition of those who walk the earth beside you. For Allah has chosen you not merely to exist, but to move through the fabric of creation as a force of divine significance, a channel through which blessings, protection, guidance, and change flow in ways that remain hidden from the world, but are profoundly real in the unseen realms. Every smile you give, every kind word you utter, every act of patience, every restraint you show in moments of provocation, every prayer you whisper in the solitude of your heart, each one creates ripples in the cosmos, subtle yet unstoppable, invisible yet transformative, shaping destinies, protecting souls, and guiding outcomes that human eyes cannot witness. The world may judge your worth by external accolades, by recognition, or by immediate results. But the true measure of the chosen is never in what the world sees. It is in what the unseen perceives, in how angels observe, and in how Allah orchestrates circumstances according to the depth of your sincerity, the purity of your intention, and the steadfastness of your faith. Last night, while you were unaware, events shifted, lives were guided, and unseen currents moved in alignment with your devotion, with your choices, with your prayers, with your faith, creating change in ways that even you cannot fully comprehend. A simple act that you may have considered trivial was in fact monumental in the unseen, setting into motion sequences that will manifest in time as protection, provision, guidance, and elevation beyond what you could have imagined. Archangels themselves observed with awe the intricate patterns of your influence, witnessing how your life, though seemingly ordinary to the human eye, operates as a divine instrument, altering paths, shielding what is precious, and aligning destinies in accordance with Allah's infinite wisdom. You may never hear the gratitude from the lives you touched. You may never see the full result of the prayers you made. You may never know how your restraint, your patience, or your silent endurance prevented calamities or redirected fates, but these invisible forces are proof that the chosen are never idle, never powerless, and never insignificant. For the unseen has a depth and magnitude that the human eye cannot perceive. Your influence transcends sight, transcends understanding, and moves like a hidden river through creation, touching souls, shifting outcomes, and ensuring that what Allah has destined for you and through you will be fulfilled perfectly, at precisely the right time, and with perfectly aligned consequences that no one else could orchestrate. Even when doubt rises, even when despair whispers, even when the world fails to recognize your worth, understand that your existence is a sacred mechanism of divine influence. Every decision, every act of faith, every moment of integrity, and even every pause is a thread in the tapestry of reality that Allah Himself guides, ensuring that your influence is felt, your mission is accomplished, and your chosenness is confirmed, not by the eyes of men, but by the eyes of angels, by the movements of the unseen, and by the hand of Allah, which moves in ways you cannot yet perceive, but which are more powerful, more precise, and more enduring than anything visible. So, chosen one, do not underestimate the magnitude of your life. Do not undervalue your choices, and do not doubt the power of your faith, for even in moments of stillness, even when you feel unnoticed, and even when human eyes fail to witness your significance, the universe itself bends to your existence. The unseen realms respond to your devotion, and your influence flows outward, shaping realities, guiding hearts, and impacting destinies in ways that will only fully be revealed when Allah chooses the perfect time, proving once and for all that the chosen never act in vain, and that every step, every word, every prayer, every act of patience, and every quiet moment of faith is a force that moves creation, shifts outcomes, and leaves an eternal mark upon the universe, that no power, no opposition, and no obstacle can ever erase. Chosen one, Take a moment to fully comprehend this eternal truth. Nothing in your life, not a single event, delay, or circumstance occurs by accident, and nothing is outside the meticulous orchestration of Allah. For He who created time and space, who holds the universe in the palm of His hand, is intimately aware of every heartbeat, every prayer, and every moment of your existence. Divine timing is not a human construct. It is a sacred law that governs the destiny of the chosen, a principle that the world cannot see, the mind cannot always understand, and the heart often struggles to accept, yet it is the very mechanism through which your life is perfectly aligned with purpose, protection, and elevation. There are moments when you feel frustrated by delay, moments when it seems that doors are closed, opportunities withheld, or answers deferred, and in those moments, it is easy to question, doubt, or feel forgotten, but this is precisely when the chosen must recognize that divine timing is their greatest ally, the secret force that ensures that every blessing arrives when the soul, heart, and faith are fully prepared to receive it. Last night, like countless nights before it, unseen forces moved with precision, orchestrating events in ways that were invisible to your eyes but monumental in their impact, guiding people, circumstances, and outcomes according to the perfect timing only Allah can orchestrate. Archangels watched as the threads of destiny were delicately woven, pauses were strategically placed, and delays occurred not as punishment but as preparation, refinement, and alignment, ensuring that when the moment finally arrived, every victory, every opportunity, every manifestation of divine promise would unfold flawlessly, in harmony with your spiritual growth, and in a way that maximizes the impact of your faith, perseverance, and sincerity. The chosen often do not realize the magnitude of what is happening in the unseen, and yet these divine delays are not empty or meaningless. They are deliberate interventions designed to purify intentions, to build resilience, to prevent the premature manifestation of blessings that the heart or soul may not yet be ready to contain, and to guarantee that the fruits of patience, trust, and unwavering reliance on Allah are beyond measure when they finally manifest. Even moments that feel like stagnation are alive with unseen movement. Doors you thought closed are being realigned. People who seemed indifferent are being positioned exactly where they need to be. And events are being orchestrated with such precision that the culmination of every delay, every pause, every quiet hardship results in outcomes that are both protective and profoundly elevating. The chosen must understand that divine timing is not merely about patience. It is about alignment. Alignment of your heart, alignment of your soul, alignment of circumstances, and alignment of the unseen forces that serve your destiny. Nothing is left to chance. Every delay, every seemingly inconvenient timing, every moment when the world feels slow or indifferent, is part of an intricate divine plan that ensures the elevation, protection, and manifestation of your purpose at the exact perfect moment. Chosen one, your impatience, your frustration, your doubts, even your attempts to force outcomes, are often proof that you have yet to fully grasp the magnitude of divine timing, for when Allah decrees the perfect moment, all forces align in ways that defy human understanding, and what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. What seemed delayed becomes instantaneous, and what seemed lost returns multiplied beyond expectation. Your past efforts, prayers, sacrifices, and struggles are not wasted. They are being amplified and synchronized in a way that ensures maximum impact, protection, and alignment with your sacred mission. The archangels themselves marvel at how divine timing allows the chosen to navigate life without being exposed to what they are unprepared to face, to receive blessings when their hearts and souls can fully bear them, and to witness the perfect orchestration of destiny without being overwhelmed or derailed. Trust in this unseen precision, chosen one, for it is your ally, your shield, and your pathway to elevation. Every pause is deliberate, every delay is strategic, every obstacle is protective, and every moment of waiting is a sacred preparation for your destiny. The chosen are never early, never late, never abandoned, and never misaligned. The universe bends with precision to the timing decreed by Allah, orchestrating every circumstance, every interaction, and every blessing in perfect harmony with the divine purpose designed uniquely for you. Let this truth sink into your heart. The chosen do not fight against timing. They move with it, they trust it, and they understand that what arrives in its perfect moment is infinitely more powerful, protective, and transformative than anything they could force, grasp, or imagine. Divine timing ensures that your faith is tested, refined, and proven, that your patience is strengthened, that your heart is purified, and that when the moment finally comes, you stand fully ready to receive what is rightfully yours, aligned perfectly with Allah's will, untouched by interference, and elevated beyond comprehension. Never doubt the pause, the delay, or the silence. Chosen one, for each is a divine instrument, a sacred alignment, a protective measure, and a testament that the chosen are being guided with infinite precision. And when the moment arrives, all that was orchestrated in the unseen will manifest in ways so powerful, so precise, and so beautiful that even the archangels will rejoice at the perfect execution of what Allah had always intended for you, proving that divine timing is not only your ally, it is your ultimate instrument of elevation, protection, and fulfillment. Chosen one, take this truth into your heart and let it echo through every fiber of your being, even when you feel unseen, even when the world overlooks you, even when human eyes fail to recognize your struggles, your victories, or your devotion. You are never truly unseen, and you are never without witnesses. For the entirety of creation, both visible and invisible, observes, records, and responds to the faith, patience, and perseverance of the chosen. Last night, like countless nights before it, while the world slept and your eyes rested unaware, your life, your choices, your prayers, and even your silent endurance were observed by forces beyond your perception. Angels documented your sincerity, archangels marveled at your unwavering faith, and unseen realms shifted in alignment with the divine purpose that is uniquely yours, confirming that what happens in the life of the chosen is never random, never meaningless, and never without significance. Every act of patience, every moment of restraint, every prayer whispered in solitude, every tear shed in secret, every quiet decision made in alignment with Allah's guidance, creates ripples in the cosmos, touches hearts in ways you cannot see, and alters destinies in ways you may never realize. Yet these are precisely the forces that define the path of the chosen, proving that even in moments when human recognition is absent, the unseen witnesses are fully aware of your struggles, your victories, and your value. The chosen are not judged by the eyes of men, nor are their worth determined by worldly accolades, because their existence operates on a plane beyond ordinary perception, where the impact of their faith, devotion, and patience extends through layers of reality that human minds cannot fathom. Archangels themselves are astonished at how the chosen navigate life with integrity, humility, and unwavering faith, even in the face of betrayal, doubt, hardship, and uncertainty, because they recognize the power of the unseen witness, the recording of deeds, and the divine orchestration that ensures the chosen are protected, elevated, and guided with precision. There are moments when it feels like your prayers are unanswered, your efforts are unnoticed, or your struggles are in vain. And yet the truth is that these very moments are being recorded, catalogued, and elevated in a way that sets the stage for immense future blessings, protection, and manifestations that only Allah can orchestrate, perfectly timed, perfectly aligned, and perfectly executed according to your divine destiny. Every hidden act of kindness, every decision rooted in sincerity, every quiet triumph over temptation, every patient endurance of hardship, every moment of faith when the world fails to notice, is amplified in the unseen, creating outcomes, opportunities, and divine interventions that are strategically placed to shape your destiny, influence others, and fulfill the sacred mission you were chosen to complete. You may never witness the full impact of your life, chosen one. You may never understand how your prayers have altered paths, how your patience has protected hearts, or how your actions have shifted circumstances in ways beyond comprehension, but these unseen forces are always at work, ensuring that the chosen are never truly alone, never without support, and never deprived of divine attention, protection, and guidance. The archangels bear witness to the moments you do not see, to the prayers you do not remember, and to the choices you thought were insignificant. Because in the eyes of the unseen, nothing is wasted, nothing is lost, and nothing is overlooked when it comes to the chosen, whose life is continuously documented, guided, and elevated with precision by the hands of Allah, whose wisdom sees far beyond the limited perception of human understanding. Chosen one, understand that being witnessed is not only about recognition, it is about divine validation, protection, and elevation. It is about the alignment of destiny, the correction of paths, and the amplification of faith, so that every effort, every tear, every prayer, and every patient endurance contributes to a life of immeasurable impact, unseen power, and divine favor. Even when you question your significance, even when despair tempts your heart, even when no human appears to notice, know that the heavens are alive with observation of your faith, your steadfastness, and your devotion, and that every hidden struggle, every quiet triumph, every moment of sincere reliance upon Allah is part of a cosmic testimony that declares your chosenness, your importance, and your unparalleled role in the unfolding of divine will. The chosen are never forgotten, never ignored, and never truly unseen. What you do in obscurity, in silence, and in solitude is magnified in the unseen realms, recorded by angels, marveled at by archangels, and orchestrated by Allah Himself to ensure that every moment of your life contributes to your ultimate elevation, protection, and fulfillment of purpose, proving once and for all that the chosen are always witnessed, always valued, and always positioned for victory, whether they see it, feel it, or even understand it in this temporal world. Because the divine witness is eternal, the protection is absolute, and the orchestration of destiny is flawless, confirming that you are, have always been, and will always be seen, guided, and elevated by forces far greater than human comprehension, proving that even when you are unaware, the heavens themselves marvel at your faith, and the unseen bears testimony to the life of a soul chosen, protected, and eternally destined for greatness. Chosen one, now you see the truth that has always been surrounding you. Every night, every trial, every prayer, every moment of patience, every hidden act of faith, it was all part of a divine design that the world cannot see, but the heavens cannot ignore. You are witnessed, protected, elevated, and guided in ways so profound that even the archangels pause in awe at the life you live, the faith you carry, and the purpose you embody. Your power, your influence, your resilience, and your patience are instruments of change, shaping destinies, shifting realities, and aligning everything around you with the perfect plan of Allah. Remember this: the unseen is alive. The prayers you whisper in solitude are shaking realms, and your life, though sometimes unnoticed by men, is magnified in the sight of Allah and the angels who watch over you. Do not be discouraged by delay, confusion, or the seeming indifference of the world, because divine timing is your ally. Trials are your secret elevators, and every act of sincerity amplifies your impact beyond measure. You are chosen not for ease, not for recognition, but to carry a light, to embody a purpose, and to move through the world as a living testimony of faith, patience, and divine orchestration. Stand firm, trust the unseen, and know that your journey is not hidden, it is witnessed, it is guided, and it is eternally significant. The world may never fully understand what happens in your favor, but the heavens do, the archangels do, and Allah Himself is orchestrating every detail for your elevation. So rise, chosen one, with faith unshakable, patience unwavering, and a heart ready to embrace the destiny that is uniquely yours, because the life of the chosen is never ordinary, never unseen, and never without purpose, and what Allah has planned for you will always, without fail, manifest in the most perfect, powerful, and profound way.